My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? When it comes to protecting what matters, Pacific Life provides life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits for people and businesses building a more confident tomorrow. Strategies rooted in strength and backed by experience. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York, Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween Podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and you're listening to episode 55 of our special series, The Dark Record, where we uncover history's eeriest stories, one strange and unsettling case at a time. High above our planet, beyond clouds and storms, there's said to be a silent presence. A dark, angular object glimpsed by astronauts, photographed in orbit, and whispered about for decades. It has been called the Black Knight satellite, an alleged ancient probe that has circled Earth for thousands of years, watching us in silence. Some believe it's proof of alien contact. Others argue it's nothing more than space junk wrapped in myth. The next entry into the Dark Record, the Black Knight satellite. Let's begin. In 1899, Nikola Tesla was in Colorado Springs conducting experiments with wireless transmission. Among the results he recorded were faint, repeating signals he couldn't explain. Tesla wrote that they felt deliberate, like someone was sending a coded message from beyond Earth. At the time, the idea of radio astronomy didn't exist, and no artificial satellites had yet been launched. To later believers, this moment became the seed of the Black Knight legend, the first sign of a mysterious satellite broadcasting from orbit long before humanity had the means to place one there. Decades later, in the 1920s and 1930s, amateur radio operators began noticing something equally puzzling. Their transmissions sometimes returned with what were called long-delayed echoes, messages bouncing back not instantly, but after a gap of several seconds. These echoes sparked debate. Were they natural atmospheric phenomena, signals reflecting off the ionosphere, or something more? For those who connected Tesla's strange observations to these delayed returns, the pattern looked suspicious. To them, it hinted at an artificial relay, a satellite repeating signals back to Earth. The story deepened in the 1970s when Scottish researcher Duncan Lunan revisited these early reports. He analyzed the long-delayed echoes and proposed they might be a coded transmission. According to his interpretation, the message described a star system nearly 14,000 years old, as if left by an alien probe parked in orbit around the moon. The claim was striking, but it didn't hold up. Lunan later withdrew the theory, acknowledging flaws in his methods. Still, his work gave the Black Knight myth a timeline, from Tesla's signals to the amateur echoes to a supposed alien code. By the time the term Black Knight satellite began circulating, the legend already had roots stretching back nearly a century. Tesla's mysterious radio messages the delayed echoes, and Lunan speculation had been woven into a single story. It didn't matter that each episode had its own scientific explanations. Taken together, they formed the foundation of what would become one of space's most enduring conspiracies. By the early 1960s, the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union was in full swing. Every new launch, every unexplained radar return was watched with anxious eyes. In 1960, the U.S. Navy reported tracking an object in polar orbit, a strange detail since at that time, no known satellites were using such a path. The announcement sparked headlines. Time magazine reported on the mystery, and newspapers speculated about a dark satellite circling above the Earth. For conspiracy theorists, it was a moment of confirmation. Here was proof, they said, that something unaccounted for was already in orbit. To the military, however, the story had a more earthly explanation. Investigators traced the object to debris from the Discoverer program, a cover name for the Corona spy satellites being tested at the time. These satellites were launched into unusual orbits to photograph Soviet territory, and sometimes their discarded parts, including film canisters and booster stages, remained in space. Still, the explanation didn't kill the mystery. Because the Corona program was classified in the early 1960s, the public had no way to confirm or understand it. All they saw was the Navy and NASA acknowledging something was up there, then quickly going quiet. Into that silence, the legend of the Black Knight satellite spread. The reports of an unidentified object in polar orbit coincided with a moment when the world was already primed for paranoia. The Cold War had filled the atmosphere with suspicion, and any unexplained blip on a radar screen could be seen as a threat. When newspapers wrote about a satellite no one admitted to owning, it didn't just stoke fear of the Soviets. It also fed into the growing narrative that something older, something alien, might be watching from above. What began as misidentified space debris was quickly absorbed into the patchwork of earlier claims. Tesla's signals, the long-delayed echoes, and now a mystery object in orbit. It was too perfect a pattern for believers to ignore. By the end of the decade, the name Black Knight had begun to attach itself to these stories, and the myth had entered a new phase. Not just radio signals or theory, but a visible object in the skies. Nearly 4 decades after the first radar reports, the legend of the Black Knight found new life, not from amateur radio or Cold War paranoia, but from photographs taken in space. In December of 1998, NASA launched STS-88, the first shuttle mission to begin assembling the International Space Station. During the mission, astronauts captured a series of images showing a dark, angular object floating against the curve of Earth. The pictures were striking. The object looked large, jagged, almost menacing. It didn't resemble the smooth lines of a satellite or the neat geometry of a solar panel. When the images were uploaded to NASA's own servers, they quickly spread beyond the space community and into UFO circles. For believers, these were the clearest shots yet of the Black Knight satellite, an alien probe caught drifting in plain sight. NASA's explanation was much simpler. According to the agency, the object was a thermal blanket that had come loose during a spacewalk. Astronauts had been working to install equipment on the station, and the blanket floated free, tumbling into orbit until it eventually burned up in the atmosphere. For engineers, it was nothing extraordinary, just one more piece of space debris among thousands. But to the public, the photos told a different story. The shape of the object, the way light caught its sharp edges, didn't look like fabric. It looked like a machine. Internet forums lit up with side-by-side comparisons of the photographs and artistic depictions of the Black Knight. Television documentaries featured the images as evidence of a centuries-old satellite that had finally been caught on camera. Even today, the STS-88 photos are among the most shared and debated pieces of proof in the Black Knight story. NASA's thermal blanket explanation has never satisfied believers, who argue that the object's size, form, and stability make it impossible to dismiss so easily. To them, the photographs were the smoking gun, the moment the Black Knight became more than rumor, transforming into a visible, undeniable presence in orbit.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? When it comes to protecting what matters, Pacific Life provides life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits for people and businesses building a more confident tomorrow. Strategies rooted in strength and backed by experience. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York, Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
Big game today and no way to watch it? Sling lets you do that with Day Pass. Get instant access to live college football starting at just $4.99. One Day Pass gives you 24 hours of nonstop action on ESPN and ESPN2. Want SEC or ACC Network too? Just add Sports Extra for $1. No contracts, no hassle, just pure unfiltered game day. Sling lets you do that. Visit sling.com to learn more.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. We've got you covered with outdoor power equipment from Cobalt and everything you need to weatherproof your deck with Trex decking. Plus, with lawn care from Scott's and, of course, Pit Boss grills and accessories, you can get a home field advantage all season long. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
With Tesla's strange signals, Cold War radar sightings, and the 1998 shuttle photographs all stitched together, the Black Knight satellite became a legend that thrived on speculation. The theory stretched well beyond science. Some claimed the object was an alien probe placed in orbit more than 13,000 years ago, monitoring human development like a cosmic watchman. Others insisted it was evidence of a long-lost civilization, proof that Earth's ancient cultures had achieved spaceflight before history remembered. The Cold War only magnified the myth. To those already suspicious of government secrecy, the unexplained object spotted in the 1960s seemed like proof of a cover-up. When NASA later brushed aside the 1998 photographs as a thermal blanket, conspiracy theorists seized on it as yet another attempt to hide the truth. Every official explanation became, in their eyes, another layer of the conspiracy. The Black Knight also found fertile ground in UFO and paranormal circles. It was linked to everything from Tesla's early experiments to the long-delayed echoes heard by ham operators, despite the lack of a clear connection. Books, documentaries, and internet forums treated the story like a puzzle. Each new piece, no matter how unrelated, woven into a larger narrative. What started as separate events across a century was condensed into the tale of a single, mysterious satellite that had haunted our skies for millennia. Part of the myth's endurance lies in the imagery. The NASA photos are dramatic, an angular, dark shape against the curve of Earth. Unlike blurry UFO pictures or vague eyewitness accounts, these were crisp official images released by the space agency itself. That gave the Black Knight a visual hook that few other conspiracies could match. For believers, no explanation could erase what they saw: a silent sentinel drifting above, hiding in plain sight. As the internet grew, so did the legend. Forums, YouTube videos, and podcasts repeated the story, often skipping over the details of space debris and technical reports. Instead, they emphasized the mystery, the unanswered questions, and the possibility of something watching us from above. By the late 2000s, the Black Knight had become one of the most enduring stories in modern UFO folklore. When the Black Knight legend is stripped of its layers of speculation, a different picture emerges, one shaped less by mystery than by the way unrelated events were stitched together. Each chapter in the story has a rational explanation, even if those answers aren't as dramatic as an alien probe. Tesla's 1899 radio signals, for instance, almost certainly weren't messages from orbit. Scientists now know that natural radio emissions from the atmosphere and the sun can create unusual bursts of static. At the time, Tesla didn't have the tools to separate natural noise from an intelligent signal. What he heard was mysterious, but it wasn't proof of an ancient satellite. The long-delayed echoes that fascinated amateur operators in the 1920s and 30s are also explainable. Radio waves can bounce between layers of the ionosphere, circle the globe, and return seconds later. Researchers have modeled these paths, showing how echoes that once seemed inexplicable can occur under the right conditions. The object tracked in 1960 was not alien hardware, but space debris from the Corona spy satellite program. Because the program was classified at the time, the public had no way of knowing what was really in orbit. The secrecy fed speculation, but decades later, declassified documents confirmed the source. And the dramatic NASA photographs from 1998? Engineers identified the object as a thermal blanket lost during a shuttle spacewalk. Other images from the same mission show it tumbling away, changing shape as the material shifted in weightlessness. To a camera, it looked solid and angular. In reality, it was fabric drifting until it eventually burned up in Earth's atmosphere. None of these explanations are particularly thrilling. Natural radio noise, bouncing signals, Cold War debris, and a lost blanket don't carry the same allure as a 13,000-year-old alien probe, but they fit the evidence far more closely. What ties them together isn't a spacecraft hiding in the sky, but our human tendency to connect mysteries across time into a single story. The Black Knight satellite, skeptics argue, is not an object at all. It's a legend born from coincidence, misunderstanding, and the human desire to believe that someone or something is watching us. What I find most fascinating about the Black Knight story isn't the science or the speculation, but what it says about us. We've always had a need to believe that someone is watching. In the past, that role belonged to gods, spirits, or angels. In the 20th century, as humanity stepped into space, it was easy to imagine the watchers being something else. Machines or probes left behind by civilizations older and wiser than ours. There's a certain comfort in the idea. If the Black Knight were real, it would mean we aren't alone. That long before Sputnik, before Apollo, before our brief steps into orbit, someone else had already been here, watching and waiting. For some, that thought is terrifying. For others, it's reassuring, a sign that humanity is part of a larger story. But when I look closer, what stands out isn't evidence of alien contact. It's evidence of how quickly mystery turns into myth. A radio signal Tesla couldn't explain, a classified spy satellite, a lost piece of equipment, all ordinary events in their own context. Yet woven together, they become a tapestry of something extraordinary. The Black Knight satellite reflects our hunger for mystery. we'd rather imagine a dark sentinel circling Earth for 13,000 years than accept that the truth might be static, debris, or a blanket. And maybe that's the real lesson here, that the unknown often tells us more about ourselves than it does about the world.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? When it comes to protecting what matters, Pacific Life provides life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits for people and businesses building a more confident tomorrow. Strategies rooted in strength and backed by experience. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York, Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
When life gets busy, peace of mind at home matters more than ever. So upgrade your exterior doors with the Schlage Arrive Smart Wi-Fi Deadbolt. You can use the Smart app to easily create unique access codes for keyless entry and connect it to Alexa or Google Home for voice control and smart routines. Is the power or Wi-Fi out? No problem. Its battery backup keeps it working. Plus, when the Schlage Arrive is paired with the Schlage Home app and your home's Wi-Fi, you can manage access from anywhere. Learn more at Schlage, SCHLAGE.com.
Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one. Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one.
Hey, what does all in one mean?
The caddy, the wand, the preloaded pad. There's a cleaner in there, inside the pad.
So Clorox Toilet Wand is all I need to clean a toilet?
You don't need a bottle of solution to get into this toilet revolution. Clorox, clean feels good.
Use as directed.
Even with skeptical explanations laid out, the Black Knight satellite has refused to fade. Instead, it has become a fixture in modern folklore, an enduring story that crosses between science fiction, conspiracy, and paranormal culture. Part of its staying power lies in timing. The legend rose alongside the space race, when the idea of mysterious objects in orbit felt both thrilling and plausible. As Cold War secrecy left gaps in public knowledge, those gaps were filled with imagination. What the military called classified, the public called suspicious. The Black Knight became the perfect vessel for fears of hidden technology and unanswered questions. The photographs from STS-88 gave the myth a visual anchor. Unlike many UFO stories, which rely on blurred lights in the sky or vague testimony, the Black Knight had crisp, official NASA images to point to. Those pictures circulated online endlessly, used in documentaries, YouTube videos, and paranormal books. The more they were shared, the less NASA's thermal blanket explanation mattered. In popular imagination, the photos showed a silent, angular satellite circling Earth. Cultural influences helped keep the story alive. Ancient astronaut theories, popularized by books and television shows, folded the Black Knight into narratives of alien contact stretching back thousands of years. The internet supercharged it, turning fragments of history into memes and videos that reached millions. On forums and podcasts, the Black Knight was retold not as debris or error, but as a 13,000-year-old probe sent to watch humanity's progress. There's also the power of symbolism. The image of a lone sentinel orbiting Earth resonates with deep themes: mystery, oversight, even destiny. It reflects the human instinct to imagine we are not alone, that our story is being observed by someone greater. Whether feared as surveillance or embraced as guidance, the Black Knight carries meaning beyond the facts. Today, the legend sits at the intersection of science and myth. It isn't supported by evidence, but it doesn't need to be. Like so many enduring mysteries, it thrives not on proof, but on possibility. And that possibility ensures the Black Knight satellite will continue to drift, not in orbit, but in the imagination of those who look up and wonder what might be watching back. That brings us to the end of episode 55 of The Dark Record. We've traced the Black Knight satellite from Tesla's strange radio signals to Cold War radar sightings to NASA's photographs that still circulate today. The evidence points toward natural phenomena, classified debris, and a drifting thermal blanket, not an ancient alien probe. But the image of a dark object orbiting Earth has proven too compelling to let go. The Black Knight endures not because of what it is, but because of what it represents. Our hunger for mystery and the belief that we are being watched. Remembered, retold, and now added to the record. Next time, we'll turn back the clock to one of America's oldest unsolved mysteries, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. A settlement vanished, leaving only a single word carved into wood. Was it starvation, relocation, or something more sinister? We'll explore the haunted Roanoke colony. Until then, I'm Lyle Perez, and this has been the Halloween Podcast presenting The Dark Record. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps keep the show alive and weird. You can also explore sources, extras, and more at our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Halloween Podcast or at our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Keep your eyes on the shadows, and remember, above the noise of the world, something has always been listening back. Have a good night.
My dog Max loves chewing on my favorite pair of shoes, almost as much as he loves his Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula dry dog food. Seriously, he never leaves a crumb. And I love it too, because it's made with high-quality protein, antioxidant-packed fruits, and nutrient-rich veggies. Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? When it comes to protecting what matters, Pacific Life provides life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits for people and businesses building a more confident tomorrow. Strategies rooted in strength and backed by experience. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York, Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
When life gets busy, peace of mind at home matters more than ever. So upgrade your exterior doors with the Schlage Arrive Smart Wi-Fi Deadbolt. You can use the Smart app to easily create unique access codes for keyless entry and connect it to Alexa or Google Home for voice control and smart routines. Is the power or Wi-Fi out? No problem. Its battery backup keeps it working. Plus, when the Schlage Arrive is paired with the Schlage Home app and your home's Wi-Fi, you can manage access from anywhere. Learn more at Schlage, SCHLAGE.com.
Upgrade your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power, designed to cut through serious dirt and grime. And what's great is this laundry pair is in stock and ready for delivery when you need it the most. Don't miss out. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.
Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one. Clorox Toilet Wand, it's all in one.
Hey, what does all in one mean?
The caddy, the wand, the preloaded pad. There's a cleaner in there, inside the pad.
So Clorox Toilet Wand is all I need to clean a toilet?
You don't need a bottle of solution to get into this toilet revolution. Clorox, clean feels good.
Use as directed.